Okay, we're back. To everybody who's watching a live stream at home, everybody say hi, everybody. Woo! So fun that we're able to do this event like this, but then also so many people from around. How many people have people in your group that are watching on live stream right now? Okay, you getting some feedback? Are they getting a good? They're enjoying it? Yes, good, 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 excellent. All right, well, we've gone through preparation phase. And the biggest thing with preparation, just to kind of summarize, is clear the decks, negotiate with family, recruit your inner circle with a whisper campaign. That's really it. Clear the decks, negotiate with family, take the pressure off, and bring in that inner circle if you can. Now, it's not required that you, some people are like, well, how many should I bring in during this phase and how long should it be? Don't get too hung up on the exacts. You want to bring in some quality people, bring in a little inner circle, talk to the people you won't have a chance to talk to any other time. Kind of use that to create some buzz. So you call the next person and says, hey, so-and-so's in, this other person's in, this other person's in. You'd be a great addition. See what I mean? You're not massively all out yet, but you're gearing up. Also in preparation phase, you know, I personally work on my skills. I work on my understanding. I work on my knowledge. I work on me. You know, I'm watching the videos. I'm filling myself up. I'm reading books like The Magic of Thinking Big or whatever. These different kinds of books that will get me into a mode mentally where I'm prepared to launch. I'm prepared to make something happen. I'm prepared to be stronger. I mentally decide to be stronger around this group than any other time that I've been in my life. My posture is bold, confident, passionate. Doesn't need to be hyper, but it does need to have some passion. It could be a relaxed intensity. There's lots of different kinds of leaders. A Nelson Mandela was not a Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? A Gandhi was not a Churchill. You see what I mean? There's different styles, so you can be yourself, but you would not walk into a room with any of those people and not notice that they were in the room. They all had a presence. They all had a passion that was evident just in the energy around them. That's what they have, and that's what you need to have if you want to go to the next level. Now, let's talk about pre-launch. Pre-launch, you've done your preparation. Pre-launch is you're working with your inner circle. You're still recruiting, still whisper campaign. You're helping your inner circle recruit. You're basically, this is usually a pretty short phase, right? So if you my preparation phase for the 2005 launch, as an example, was about 3 weeks. Now, the reason it was 3 weeks is because I was coming from outside of the profession back into the profession. And I needed to learn about this company. I needed to learn about their products. I needed to learn their compensation. But I needed to learn some things. So I was watching all the videos. I was internalizing everything. I was figuring out how I was going to show the comp plan on a piece of paper. I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was going to the home office, and I was meeting people, and I was interviewing people, and I was talking to lots of people, and I was educating myself as part of the process. But at the same time, I'm clearing the decks, I'm getting rid of the distractions, and I'm whispering. Guess what? I found it. Guess what? I found it. You got to check this out. It's going to be amazing. Here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. Here's why we're doing it. Here's who's going to help. Here's how the support we're going to provide. Here's the vision for what's going to be done at the end of it. We can make history together. See what I mean? So that's what I did for that period of time. And then right before June 1st, maybe the pre-launch phase of maybe 5-6 days, we started helping the inner circle bring in their group. And we said, well, we're all going to start June 1st. So everybody was talking to people, we were all talking to people. And then that first day, boom, everybody hit the ground running. And we were ready to go. So really, it's just about get your inner circle moving and stay in that recruiting mode, but things are in motion now. You're going downhill, you're accelerating. You're not in prep, you're not just studying. You're moving fast toward an objective. Okay? So, you're going to start doing things like one-on-ones when you're helping. You're going to start doing two-on-ones. You're going to start, I created a sizzle call. It's a lost art in network marketing. But let me tell you what a sizzle call is. I promise you in your 90-day game plan, it'll save your voice. You won't believe it. You use one? Sizzle calls are amazing. Here's what it is. Sizzle call is you telling your story. The story that I laid out. Here's the vision. Here's why we're doing it. Here's who we're looking for. Here's the benefit for the people who get involved. And here's the support we're going to be providing that group. I hope you choose to join us. We've got an amazing situation coming together. And if you find an interest, get back with the person who asked you to listen to this call, and I hope I can talk to you in person sometime soon. Something like that, okay? Pretty simple. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. You can kind of talk in summary about the company, about the product, but mostly about the story. And the reason why I did this is I needed a tool that wasn't me, but still was me. So, until I used a sizzle tool, everybody just said, well, get it, let's do three-way calls. I was doing three-way calls all day long. And every time they'd get a person on the phone with me, I'd have to start from the beginning. Well, let me tell you from the beginning. And I promise you, after your first 16-hour day of doing that, you're going to be tired of telling that story. You're going to be really, really tired of starting from the beginning. So what I taught people to do is get your prospect to my inner circle. Get your prospects to listen to this sizzle call. Call them up, say, do you have 5 minutes? Yes, I do. Hold on 1 second. And three-way them into the sizzle call and stay on the phone with them while they listen to the call. And afterwards, do you have an interest? Would you like to talk to the person who did that call? Then have them do a three-way with me. Now I could say, you listened to the call, right? Yes, I did. Do you have any questions? What'd you like best? On a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being 0 interest, 10 you're ready to get started. Where are you? Let me ask you a couple questions. If you were to get started part-time, approximately how much would you need to earn to make this worth your time? $2,000 a month? Oh, fantastic. How many hours would you be willing to commit? A week to develop that kind of income? 10 hours a week? No problem. How many months would you be willing to work those 10 hours a week in order to develop that $2,000 monthly income? I would want to do it for 6 months. Fantastic. If me and the person who invited you on this call could show you how to get to $2,000 a month with this opportunity, with this incredible, crazy group of people, working 10 hours a week over the course of the next 6 months, you ready to get started? Yes, I am. Fantastic. Get started with the person, plug into the training system that we've got, and let's rock. Can't wait to meet you in person. Have a good day. I got to take another call. I can do that all day. That's money. Just boom, 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 boom. But I don't have to start from scratch. What's your background? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, what is this? Was this network marketing? You know what I mean? Make them listen to the sizzle call first. I used to make people listen to the audio cassette and then a three-way call. Okay? Make them listen to the sizzle call because everybody's got a phone. Everybody's got a few minutes. Hold on. Three-way them in. Boom, you're done. All this is a recorded message. There's a million places online you could find to host free recorded voice messages with a local number to be able to call in. Just Google it and you'll find them. Okay? Super simple. Now, sizzle call, saved my everything. It's so amazing. Anything that has to be said over and over and over and over again, you can create a sizzle call just to tell the story. You can create a sizzle call that's just testimonials from the people on your inner circle on your team. Just all of their stories. Here's the team. Let me introduce you. Bang, 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 bang. You could do a call that's just quick start training. You could do a call that explains the product so you don't have to do it 500,000 times. Something that explains the product or service. You can have 4 or 5 different numbers. Everybody's got the numbers in their phone. You got a question about the product? Hold on. Boop. Simple, right? Something that everybody can do. So sizzle call was big for me, huge. 3 ways. Conference calls. I started doing conference calls during pre-launch. We haven't launched yet, but I would tell everybody in the team and get everybody onto the call tonight because we're going to talk about this in a big 30-minute conference call. Get everybody to get on, follow up afterwards, then start doing the 3 ways. Blitz days, which we're going to do in the morning, so you'll get a good idea. And started to do live events. I would do lunch. I would do like breakfasts, lunches. Stop in at this restaurant. We're going to have this private, invitation-only meeting. This is pre-launch, so we can't, invite the world, but only key people can take a look at this stage. See what I mean? So that's what pre-launch is about. Question? Is a call better to be third party than yourself? Depends on if you're any good. That's the truth. That's the truth. They're joining what? Number 1, they're joining campaign. Number 2, they're joining. Yeah, you might need a third party for your family. But for your extended world, if they see that you're passionate, you're out there, you're doing it, I never really had much problem using a tool with me on it. It's kind of weird when you're recruiting with your own self, because I used my own sizzle call before I talked to somebody. For real. It's very weird when you're on a video doing it. I've been on an airplane, I swear to God. Person says, what do you do? And I usually have to be in a mood. I have to be in recruiting mode before I'm ready to go. And I'm like, Here, this is what I do. I gave a DVD, and they put it into their computer, and they're looking at it, and I say, yeah, just keep watching. Here comes the good part, right? So, it's all right. It's all right. People who know you say, well, I know that you're not anything spectacular. I appreciate you creating this tool for me, though, because it tells the story, makes it easy for me. All I have to do is dial a number. I'm good to go. Okay? So for your family and friends, close friends, yeah, that's one thing. But for everybody else, it exhibits a certain passion. There's one thing when all you're doing is edifying somebody who's 15 levels above you, that's got some amazing rank and earning some amazing income and doesn't seem real, seems like they're in a movie. If that's all you edify, then it becomes less personal. It becomes more generic. But if you're attached and you're passionate, you're jumping in there with them, I think they like it. The team has a certain sense of pride, too. If you do a good sizzle call, the team goes, this is my friend. You got to hear, I can introduce you to this person. They're like, wow, really? I'm close to the fire. Cool. All right. You understand pre-launch? Are you feeling pre-launch? Yes, Bart? Would video be a tool in lieu of the sizzle call? Sure. Is a sizzle call the only tool that is effective for a pre-exposure? No. It's one that the the distributor can control, though. So if I give you a video link, I don't know if you're going to watch it. If I give you a DVD, I don't know when you're going to watch it or where you're going to play it nowadays. But if I have, you know, do you have 5 minutes, and I can dial the number and I can stay on with you. I know you're listening. As soon as it's done, I can say, what'd you like best? Would you like to, you know, talk to somebody who knows more information than I do? You know, scale of 1 to 10, where are you? See what I mean? I just find that it's a little bit more immediate. You know, so long as it's compelling. I mean, you can't have a terrible sizzle call. And don't let this slow you down. I don't have a sizzle call. I can't grow. You know, nobody will do a sizzle call. Nobody, you know. Guess why I did a sizzle call? Because nobody else did. Nobody was showing up to do it. So yeah, it sucked to sit there and write a script and, you know, figure it out and then record my voice 15 times until it sounded okay. You know what I mean? I had to do that a lot of times before it was all right. I still didn't love it. But I put it out there and said, well, I'll make it better eventually, and I never had to change it because everybody used it and got results. Yes? We need the mic. Somebody. There we go. Thank you.
As a pre-exposure tool, how about brand characters making my first $10 million book?
Brian Carruthers' book?
Yeah.
It's a good pre-exposure tool. It's not specific to your campaign.
Yeah.
It'll help people. Brian has a book called I Made My First $10 Million or whatever in network marketing.
Yes.
I don't. My first 10 million. It's just a little pamphlet. Simple little pamphlet to get people to understand the value of residual income, that kind of thing. I think, sure, it's fine. It's not gonna, that's gonna open up a critic's mind to looking at different ways to be able to earn. Okay. I'm talking about something that tells the story of your campaign, because what do they join first?
The campaign.
Yeah. Second, you. Third, the profession, you know, network marketing. So you need something that kind of builds towards that. But that's a fine tool. Don't get me wrong. Fine tool.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Somebody else? Right there? Up front? I'm going to do like 2 more questions, then we got to keep moving.
Eric, I'm wondering if you ever did a follow-up sizzle call, like, if you're interested, press 1. You know?
No. Never did. Never did. This young lady.
My team knows that I'm here, and I have a boot camp planned for July.
Great.
And time frame. So you're saying your team's not included in this because you're creating your inner circle. So what would your recommendation?
But let me make it clear, okay? This 90-day game plan is about you bringing in approximately 20 or so people or more and growing that class of 2014. Now, if you want to do a boot camp and tell them that they can go do that thing also, parallel with you, fantastic. I just don't want them to feel like they're one of your 20. See what I mean? That's the difference. The difference is they need to bring in the class of 2014. You're going to bring in a class of 2014. You're all like teachers bringing in different classes of 2014 and helping them grow and advance and expand, knowing that we're going to take that 20 to 12 to 8 to 4 to 2. See what I mean? Now, if you got a lot going on and you don't need to go bring in 20 people right now, I don't know if that's necessarily ever going to be the case, but if that is the case, there are group things that you can do, group campaigns, tools and products and, you know, one-on-one campaigns, home meeting campaigns that you could do with the whole group in order to be able to get there. But in my opinion, a personal recruiting campaign for each of them individually is better. Does that clarify it? Okay, good. One more. You mentioned 3 weeks ago. Hold on. Keep that mic ready. Thanks.
You mentioned 3 weeks on the pre-launch.
I'm just saying because I needed to educate myself.
So
in that phase.
How short should it be?
You know, if you're in a serious situation, you got to get something going. It could be 3 days.
I'm thinking we have a national convention in 2 months. So I was thinking of going 2 months
Sure.
and then
And the 90 days is a suggestion as far as how long you can go before you collapse.
Got it.
Okay? 60 days is fine. It's fine. Just put as much intensity as you can into those 60 days and ratchet it up.
with pre-launch and then.
And
launch.
that maybe you do kind of a, or you put your whole team together and you build kind of a pre-launch into the event, and the event launch is a 90-day thing.
It's probably-
See, I mean, that there's different strategies for how you use the event to leapfrog to the next event. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going. The launch. The launch itself. What did I say early on? Exposures are everything. Your calendar is your boss. That's who you work for. You work for that calendar. I saw a documentary on Joan Rivers, the comedian. Anybody see that documentary? Anyone? Nobody? I'm the only one? All right.
We don't watch TV.
She is, yeah, very well done, very well done. I was between campaigns. But she is one of the hardest working people in show business. I mean, I can't believe the intensity of this woman's work ethic. Unbelievable. But they talked about her calendar. And there's this clip I wish I could show you, but the clip, she got a little bit, she wasn't hot. She wasn't like on the front of anybody's consciousness. And she says, you want to see pure terror? And she opened up her calendar and there was blank pages. That's pure terror to her. Smart woman. And then she got hot again. She went on The Apprentice and she did this for ETV and she did that, she did this. She got hot and you could see her calendar and she lit up. She's all highlighted and filled up and this appearance here and this appearance there and doing this and doing that. That was, and she understood that the calendar drives her business. Guess what drives your business? The calendar. The exposures that you have in that business. What did we talked about probably $1,000 on average minimum per distributor that you bring in. Lifetime value, minimum. So think about what's the value of putting those exposures into your calendar. It's very difficult to get less than $100 for every single one. Very difficult. So your calendar is everything. This is called all in. It's called massive action. This is called recruiting focus. This is what you're focused on. Learn to love the phone. You're going to be stunned how quickly your battery dies. You're going to be shocked. Some of you easily get through a day with one charge of your battery. This is called, so there's sometimes that, I don't know if you're a pacer. Do you pace when you're on the phone? Anybody pace? Yeah. If you're a pacer, you need an extension cord. Otherwise, you're going to be pacing by the wall back and forth while you're on your calls because your phone just goes, you're going to be shocked. When you're really in recruiting mode, make friends with the phone. You're going to be doing prospecting calls. You're going to be doing recalls. What's a recall? Some people say, well, 16 hours a day? how's that even possible? How do you know that many people? The answer is I don't. So during my campaign, everyone I knew probably got 10 calls over the course of 90 days. Everyone I knew. I know last week you said no, but it's been a week. Let me tell you what's happened to me. How's your life? Here's what's going on in my world. There's still time. Train's moving, but it's not moving that fast. There's time to get on before it's really going. Let me tell you what happened to this person, 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 this person. In the last week, I've made $3,000. Would $3,000 in the next week help you? I mean, no? You just laughing? Okay. Keep laughing. I'll call you next week. Serious. There's some people I called every day. Every day. Daily call. Especially if someone ever screened my call and I knew they screened it, they were dead. Because I just beat them into oblivion. I just call and 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 call. And I would say, listen to me. Give me your name again. Joe. I'd say, Joe, listen, I know you're screening my calls. And you might be misunderstanding what I'm doing right now. I don't care if you join me. That's not my responsibility. All I care about is that you understand what it is that I have, and you don't yet. So my job is to help you understand. Once you understand, you're going to say yes, you're going to say no. And I'm going to keep calling until I have a chance to sit down and help you understand this. So you might as well get the suffering over with. Just get it over with. You want 7 calls in the next 7 days? Or should we meet tomorrow morning for breakfast? Which one would you prefer? Seriously. I seriously did that. Over and over and over and over and over again. And guess what? So long as you do it with a little sense of humor, they're going to say, fine, fine, whatever, you got me. You know what I mean? I pound them into submission. And you know what amateurs do? They make one call, the person doesn't call them back, and they go, And that's it, they're done. Or they make a call and the person screens their call. And they go, I left a message and they didn't call me back. Professionals ignore that stuff. They don't care. They just call and call and call and call, and they don't get mad. They don't say, you didn't call me back, jerk. They don't do that. They say, yeah, I understand you might be busy, but calling again. One more time. Persistence breaks down resistance is absolutely true. Guess what? You just call the second time after they didn't call you back, just the second time. And you've separated yourself from 99% of the world. You call 5 times, you're in superstar status. Call a person once a day for 30 days, you'll be a legend. They'll go, hey, this is the one. Again, you can't believe this. This is the 19th day in a row. They'll prospect for you. They'll say, who is that person? I want to talk to him. You'll be a legend. Calls, recalls, 3-way calls. Welcome calls. Welcome call is just welcoming somebody who's joined the business. Hey, I just heard that you joined. So-and-so just told me that you just signed up. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. We're going to do something powerful together. Can't wait to meet you in person. We're going to do something special. It's going to be amazing. Have a great day. Even if you can leave a message just like that. That does things for people. A lot of people get way too cool for that. You imagine if somebody upline from you gave you that call the day you joined? What would that have done to your blood pressure? You would have went, man, that was the coolest thing ever. They didn't have to do that. That was nice. That made me feel part of the team. I like that. So welcome calls. Spend some time doing that. Team calls. Let me give you a secret about communication within an organization. No matter how big your organization gets, you're only going to talk to regularly about 20 people maximum. Even if you have 100,000 people on your team. You'll be talking to 20 maximum, usually more like 10 or 12. Some of you big groups, you know what I'm talking about. Those are the centers of influence. So my recommendation is, especially during your launch, you talk to all of them every day. Not everybody on the team, but your key 10 to 20 every day. Just for a minute. You call them up and say, Ace, hey man, here's what's going on here, what's happening with you, what's your plan for the day? I'm going to do this. Listen, I'm proud of you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You do that every day for 90 days, you'll have such great rapport. Everything will be solid. They'll be staying on track. You'll be like a workout partner working together. It'll do incredible things for your organization every day. That's going to take about half an hour to 45 minutes out of your 16 hours if you're level 3. Okay? Half hour, 45 minutes. Bang, 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 bang them out. Move on to the next phase. Okay? Every day. You might be doing conference calls. You might be doing webinars. You might be doing blitz days. You will be doing blitz days, especially after you see it tomorrow. You're getting people on sizzle calls. You're doing your, one-on-ones, your face-to-face, two-on-one, home meetings, your opportunity presentations. You're getting people started. You're providing some basic training, just enough to get people going. Don't get too bogged down in training. Just keep them moving, keep them moving, keep them moving. What you want everybody in is recruiting mode. It's like Amazon's motto when they first were launching. Their motto was "Get big fast." That's what this whole campaign's about. Get big fast. Grow the network fast. Grow the team fast. That's got to be the culture. It's got to be the feel. It's got to be what everybody's charging to do. You're going to go get, everyone go get 2. Everyone go get another 2. Everyone go get another 3. Everyone go get another 5. Let's go, 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 go. And your job as the person leading this whole thing is doing more activity than anybody else. You need to spend time in front of prospects or getting people started with training. That's it. So it's almost like there's a stopwatch when you're actually talking to a prospect. And you got to get those minutes to as many as you can possibly get in one day. Versus, you know what we do? Because we're so lazy in network marketing. We're extraordinarily lazy in network marketing. I know that might offend some of you, but it's an absolute fact. Here's what we'll do. We'll go talk to one prospect, and then we'll call 20 people on the team and talk about the one conversation we had with the one prospect. We'll talk about it for days. Off of just that one thing. Oh, I got to tell you, this one, the one that I'm going to get, one of my early mentors helped me so much because I used to do that all the time. I'd get off the phone and say, oh, I got a good one. He said, you have the application? I'm like, no. But they're a good one. He said, well, impress me with the application, not with the story. Show me the application, then introduce me. Like, walk back to my phone. I wanted everybody to pat me on the back, tell me how great I was for having this conversation with this great potential. Instead of actually doing something. We can fall into the trap of telling each other how awesome we are. So, in front of people, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. You know that, like I said, the $1,000 suit will change your life? $1,000 suit? Rock your world? What I will tell you is one 16-hour day will change your life. One 16-hour day, start at 8 a.m. and finish at midnight, and don't stop dialing for those 16 hours. Your whole life will change in one day of it. String 90 together, and you'll never be the same. One day, you'll get more activity than you know what to do with. I'm going to show you how to, in 3 or 4 hours tomorrow morning, how to schedule an entire month's worth of activity. And we're actually going to do it tomorrow morning. We're going to schedule a month's worth of activity tomorrow morning. Now I'm going to show you how to do that back with the team. Right? Teach everybody else how to do it. Get in main focus activity. What I'm going to show you how to do is in 3 hours, what you could do in 16 if you want to. Getting fired up. Time management. If you're not talking to prospects, you need to be nervous. You need to not feel normal. You need to not feel comfortable. Right now it feels normal not to be talking to a prospect, and it feels not normal to be talking to a prospect right now for 99% of you. Right? We need to reverse that. So it feels very uncomfortable if you're not talking to a prospect. Now, I want you to understand something. I'm an introverted person. Okay? I know I don't look like it when I do this, when I do the videos or whatever, but I'm an introverted person by nature, which means I need to have my space to recharge. I'm kind of conservative by nature. I don't want to impose on people. I don't want to bother other people. I don't want to inconvenience another person. Right? That's my style. I need space to be able to refill my batteries. So it might surprise you to realize that for me, I've recruited hundreds of people in my career. I don't particularly love the recruiting process. I don't. I love the other side. I love once their eyes light up and they escape the matrix and we get to work together. I love the friendship. I love the companionship, but it's not always fun for me to go to a blind person that doesn't know they're blind and try to let them know that you have a way to help them see. So for me, the 90-day game plan works really, really well because I can psych myself up for 90 days of this. I'd rather psych myself up and get it over with. Just do it and be done with it than have to just be in that mode every day, every day, every day. I'd rather do that and then have the friendships and relationships and go hide with my legal pet. Okay? That's my personality. I don't know if that's your personality, but I've found that a lot of top earners in network marketing are introverted people by nature. They choose situations, if their passion is strong enough, to get past their comfort zone and to go out there and do what they need to do. If I had to do this every day, I wouldn't be having fun. But I can do it for 90 days, and it's an adventure. I'm all right with that. I can live with that. I'm going to get it over with because I know that if I can let them see that we have a better way, then I can have a friendship and a relationship. We can work together. We can lock arms. We can be friends. You know, I can do what I love, which is that stuff. Trying to help the person stuck in the matrix realize they're stuck in the matrix isn't my favorite thing, but I like the end result. I don't know if that makes any sense to you or if it's helpful to you at all. But for me, if I psych up for this, thinking about doing this every day for the rest of my life, I'm not happy. Doing this for 90 days to get 5 years worth of benefit, done. I got it. I can psych up for that. I can be strong enough for that. Emotions. Let me show you something on emotions. Somebody call out a negative emotion. Anger, fear, doubt, frustration, guilt. Well, you guys are good at this. Despair, discouragement, disappointment, Spell that right? Well, whatever. A C- student. Huh? Envy, self-pity. All right, we got the picture. I'm depressed writing this, so I have to stop. Okay, this needs to be a new muscle for you. The new muscle for you is this. The opposite of all this, the thing that fixes all of this, is activity. Now, here's what I want you to know. If you're engaged in activity, this becomes invisible. This goes away. It doesn't exist. You can't even see it. If you're moving, you're going, you're not discouraged, you're not envious, you're not afraid, you're not any of those things. You're just moving. But as soon as your activity slows down for a minute, guess what starts to happen? This stuff starts to show up. And then the lower your activity goes, the more this stuff shows up. Until you are frozen, filled with all these emotions. Now, the good news is, as soon as your activity starts to increase, these things start to fade. Again, until you get back into this phase, right? So here's the thing. What you need to learn to do is, as soon as you go to there, and you feel any of these, just the first letter of any of these, you go, activity. I let it drop. Dang it. Bring it right back. And I did it. Bring it right back. See what I mean? This is the key to being able to manage your emotions. You stay active, these emotions stay in check. If this drops, this all kicks in. And it should trigger in your mind that anytime you feel any of those things, you feel envious to somebody else, you feel guilty or whatever, you feel any of those things, that should tell you, dang it, my activity dropped. You want to manage your emotions, keep the activity up. You'll be fine. Okay, if you feel any of these things, you feel overwhelmed, the antidote for being overwhelmed is activity. Not just sitting there and analyzing it, looking at it, trying to figure it out, looking for your inner child, all that stuff. Nothing wrong with your inner child, I'm just saying. Okay, so we launch. We launch. And this is just all-out massive actions, all out making it happen. I'm going to give you just a taste of it tomorrow morning, of exactly how to make a launch happen. Okay? You're going to see a blitz campaign. I'm going to show you a hot market approach. How many people have close friends and family that you don't even want to come into your business? Okay? I'm going to show you how you can reach out to those people tomorrow in a way that will help your business, make you feel good, make them feel good, everybody feels great. Wouldn't that be interesting? That you could do that for you and everybody else in your group. I'll show you how to do that tomorrow morning, first thing. Okay? Now, before we wrap up, we covered a lot today. What I want you to be thinking about, before I give you just a couple closing comments, what I want you to be thinking about are your commitment. I asked you to write down a number of hours per week that you can commit during this campaign, which is flexible between now and whenever you decide to make the decision. I want you to think about the dates for your preparation, your pre-launch, your launch. Is there an event like you talked about? An event that might be a piece of it, might be a start of it, might be a finish of it, maybe a finish of a soft launch and a beginning of a hard launch. Okay? Are there some strategies that you're going to want to implement? Or what's the story that you're going to be telling when you are going out there to make this launch happen? Okay? I want you to be thinking about all of those things tonight. Okay? And because tomorrow, what we're going to do is tomorrow morning, I'm going to put it into action. I'm going to show you how a little tiny microcosm of what a day can look like with you doing this campaign. And then tomorrow afternoon, We're going to be kind of putting it all together into a game plan. I'm going to teach you how to build a culture and how to really step into another level of leadership within your organization. How you can help your existing organization move to another level. And at the same time, you build a culture that everybody knows exactly what to do. They've got great comfort inside of the organization. Okay? So how many people have gotten value so far? Yeah? Those of you at home, hope you've gotten value so far too.